Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever been in a relationship, a friendship, a romantic partnership, or even with a family member, where you felt like you were constantly walking on eggshells? You tried to please them, to reason with them, but it felt like no matter what you did, you were always in the wrong. And maybe, just maybe, you've heard the advice to simply ignore them, to go no contact. But a tiny voice in your head screams, "What will they do? What will happen if I just vanish?" Today we're pulling back the curtain on that exact question. We're going to reveal the uncomfortable, sometimes shocking truth about what really happens when you ignore a narcissist. Let's start with what you can almost guarantee will happen first. When you cut off a narcissist, their initial reaction isn't to respect your boundaries. It's to panic. They see you as an object, a source of supply, and losing you is like losing a part of themselves. They need your attention, positive or negative, to feel alive. So they'll try to hoover you back in. They'll try everything. This is where you might see the fake apologies, the sudden promises to change, or the emotional blackmail. They might send you a dozen texts asking if you're okay, or they might try to get to you through mutual friends. They could even show up at your house or work, feigning concern. This isn't genuine. It's a desperate attempt to reestablish control. They are testing your boundaries, and the moment you respond, even with a simple "leave me alone," they've won. But what if you don't respond? What happens when the hoover fails? This is where the truth becomes truly shocking. When you ignore a narcissist, you aren't just removing yourself from a bad situation. You are inflicting what's known as a narcissistic injury. Think of a narcissist's ego like a hollow glass statue. It looks impressive from the outside, but it's incredibly fragile on the inside. Your validation, your attention, your reaction, all of that is the glue holding their fragile self-esteem together. When you ignore them, you're not just breaking the glue, you're shattering the glass. This isn't just about them being annoyed, it's about their entire sense of self being threatened. They are not just angry, they are experiencing a profound existential wound. So what does this internal shattering look like from the outside? It looks like a storm. When the hoover fails and the injury sets in, the narcissist escalates. They can't get a reaction from you, so they will go out of their way to make you react. And if they can't get a reaction directly, they'll get it indirectly. This is the phase of the smear campaign. They will go to anyone who will listen, your friends, your family, your coworkers, even people who barely know you, and they will paint you as the villain. They will say you're crazy, you're unstable, or that you're the one who was abusive. They'll twist the truth and invent stories to garner sympathy and turn others against you. Their goal is to destroy your reputation so that you're forced to engage with them. But here's the silver lining and the final truth you need to know. When you ignore a narcissist, the ultimate victory isn't about winning a battle with them. It's about getting to a place of complete and total indifference. The hoovering, the injury, the smear campaign, all of it is noise. It's a desperate attempt to get you to re-engage. But when you are truly indifferent, it's like their attacks are hitting a brick wall. They are no longer getting the reaction they crave. They will eventually get bored and find new supply. This journey isn't easy, but your healing is worth it. Focus on yourself. Reconnect with the people who truly love you. Work on healing the wounds they left behind. When you reach that point where their actions no longer have power over you, that is when you have truly won. So remember, when you ignore a narcissist, you are taking away their power. They will react and it might be messy, but their reaction is proof that your silence is their biggest fear. The truth is, your freedom is worth the temporary storm. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on emotional health and relationships. And for those of you who have experienced this, share your stories in the comments below. Your perspective could help someone else who's going through a difficult time.